I'd like to present to you the founder of Trip.me, Hi Ho. Give me a round of applause.
Good afternoon, Jakarta. Before I begin, don't trust me. Okay? I may tell you that I'm going to give you some free money throughout my speech. Don't trust me. I'm going to tell you how to raise funds in a faster and different way. Don't trust me. Why? Because everything I say is just my knowledge, my observations. Only trust what you come up, what you can think of after listening to my observations. So trust yourself only. So are we good? I want to hear louder. Are we good? Yeah. Thank you, Jakarta. So it's just an observations of me building a company 5 years ago. So how many of you in the room are start founder? Please have a show of hands. Start founder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About VC. Okay, and the rest of you from Jakarta. Thank you. So in 2013, I have a dream to build something like Uber, but for local tour. So it's a simple website where you can go to any city, for example, Jakarta, find someone, book a local tour. It's a unique tour that's designed by a local, not any tour by a tour company. That was simple. The model is we are the one who stand in between, so we take 10% cut. Normally, in the travel industry, the middleman take 90%. Only leave the tour guide 10%. But what we do, we change that. We give the tour guide 90%. And we have the first customer in 2013. We bootstrap everything by ourselves. We grow to 10 countries around Southeast Asia. And we run out of money, just like every other startup. So we have no choice. I sold my house because I still believe that there's something's there. After selling the house, things get better a little bit. We have an office, but we still don't have enough money, so we build our own table. Everything is done there. It's $3 per table. And then we get we got angel investment from Singapore. Then we got award-winning, we attend TechCrunch, we attend Tech in Asia, in Jakarta, and so on and so forth. All these awards come along. But again, it's still hard to raise funds because it's not 2018. Back then, especially where we come from, Vietnam, we don't have local investors. We were jealous of what you guys have in Indonesia. We don't have a lot of opportunity, even though we get a lot of news. So we try really, really hard. We never give up. But luckily, one day in 2016, Gobi partner came in, put $500,000 in us for our seed round. So actually, during about 3 or 4 years, we first have our first VC fund. And in the last 5 years, I pitched to thousands of investors across Asia and a few in America. Along the way, I have other startups to raise funds as well. So to share this story, just to let you know that I do feel the pain of any founder out there trying to raise funds. And in the morning, you can see that from Mr. John, he said that the acceptance rate for any accelerator is 1 out of 1,000. So far, we've been lucky enough to be survived until today, that we're profitable. And going through all that pain process with VC funding, I found myself in a new journey. Now we're going to do an ICO. So why we came to an ICO? What is the difference between an ICO and the VC? That's something I want to share to you today. So you have a comprehensive view other than just Bitcoin gonna die, cryptocurrency is a scam. Well, let's have a story from the insider, okay? So first of all, in order to raise a VC round, it takes a lot of paperwork. When you meet a lot of investors, you have to send the deck, you have to prepare the data room, and you have months of negotiating. Even in our case, for Gobi, we closed the deal in December 2015. But because a lot of paperwork, we only get the money in April 2016, which is about 4 to 5 months delay. During that 5 months, we know that we're going to have the money, but we don't have the money. And we have to borrow friends, everyone, to be survived. And all of those things because of there's paperwork, there's a lot of paperwork. And after we raised another few rounds, every round I estimate about 5 to 6 months and a ton of paperwork. And trust me, for a founder, looking at all the legal document is like alien language. And if anyone comes with an AI, please build an AI for law first. If you can solve the legal document with AI, well, everyone will buy the product immediately. But when you do an ICO, no more paperwork. Everything is transparent with a smart contract. So what is a smart contract? It's a simple line of code that you put all the conditions in the beginning. When you do an ICO, when you see, there's a lot of keyword like soft cap, hard cap. So for example, an ICO raising about 20 million US dollar, they have a soft cap of about 2 to 5 million US dollar, which means if you put the money into that startup, if the total amount raised is not enough, it's not equal to $2 million, all the money will automatically go back to the wallet. You cannot do that with normal paper. And you cannot do that with other programs like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. If you fund a project on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, if it's failed, your money is gone. But they changed that with a smart contract where you can predefine all of these things. And that's the beauty of doing an ICO. The ICO increase transparency. Why? Every ICO, for example, our project, we have to put up our white paper. That's something very different from a traditional VC pitchings. For example, in the early days, Grab, Gojek, or Traveloka, when they send their presentation in a deck to the investor, that document is confidential. Only a few people can see the entire business plan to raise funds. But with an ICO, every company out there has to publicly put the white paper for everyone to read and comment. That is the key different things. So for example, right now, I got no secret to hide. All of my data is in our website. You can go and read. Imagine you can read all the information about your competitor as well, right? So that's something not happen within the VC funding world. But in the ICO, the more transparent you are, the better people trust you. Because it works just like IPO listed company. Here's another example of how transparent it is in the ICO and the cryptocurrency world. There's a website called Etherscan. You can literally put any company wallet address, which means it's something like a bank account number. You put in this website, you can see exactly how much money came into the so-called the wallet or the bank account of this company. So as an investor, you can see clearly how much money has been invested in this company in real time. No other stuff will show you the bank account. But in the crypto, you can do that. And even with that, you can see that, for example, this company called the AppCoin, they still having one wallet with about 60% of all the monies they raise. And every day they can check if they do something wrong with, they misuse the money, that money will go to some other people's wallet and then you can trace, you can ask the questions. And because of this transparency, ICO gave normal people a chance. Imagine Facebook. Well, Facebook was invested by Peter Thiel. Would any one of you want to invest in Facebook in the early days? I bet everyone, right? But right now, the only way to invest in Facebook is to wait when you get the IPO, and then you have to have some way to invest it in an American listed company. But if you live in Asia, it's very hard to do so. If you live in my country, Vietnam, there's no way to do so. But with the ICO, every normal person can invest it in any startup, anywhere in the world. But let's set aside about the legal. For example, that some countries are banning a few different nationalities to participate in the ICO. But more or less at the moment, I can put money anywhere in the world. And I can join in a very, very early round. It's also changing the game for the small VC compared to the bigger VC. Bigger VC like Sequoia, like Base Venture, they have the network and they always get the best deal in advance. But with the ICO, all the information is public. You can join the private sale round, you can join the pre-sale round, you can join any round at any time. So it's gives us a paradigm shift in the distribution of capital. I will take example in my country, Vietnam. We recently have one of the world's biggest scams in the ICO. A $600 million were raised by a fake ICO company. And the total amount of people that put money coming up to about 50,000 to 100,000 people. So why do people put money in a fake ICO? Well, first, for VC funding, you put about $5 to $10 million to a bigger startup. That money is made up from the VC, maybe it's money from the LP or some rich family, but it's the money from a few people. But with an ICO, a normal person will put $200, $500, a little amount of saving. Because with that small amount of saving, when you put in a bank, you don't have much interest. And if you want to gain some extra money, you have to do some trading or like open a small coffee shop or selling something online. But if you're just a normal like accountant who work days and night, you got $500 extra. What can you do for an investment to get you about 300% to 400% return? So that's how people turn to the ICO. And that's how a lot of young Korean are putting money into crypto. Because for them, it's still better than put money in the bank. However, somebody get greedy. Instead of putting a small amount of their saving, they put entire of their saving. So if you having an extra saving, take 1/10 out of that and try it out into the crypto world. But do not ever put entire fortune or saving into. I was said that last week I was told that one of my friends lost about $2 million in Bitcoin. Out of that $2 million, $1 million is from borrowing the girlfriend. Obviously, they broke up. But sometimes people don't know when to stop. But I hope that everyone, after my sharing this afternoon, please know when to invest and how much to invest. And the crypto world is actually have the same market cycle like every normal economics. When you get in early, like the still phase, well, you can put some money there. There's another story from the US. There one VC. She was trying to get into the crypto funding for the first time. So she put in some money, very early stage. And then there's one of the hackers, they changed the wallet address and they stole $1 million from that ICO. So the VC was so scared. This is my first attempt and I lost $1 million. But in the end, thanks to the Mania phase, thanks to the media, and thanks to 1,000 of believers, that ICO raised $30 million. And in the end, they be able to pay off the $1 million of debt that will be stolen. And the VC make about 30 times within 3 months. So within the crypto world, times is running at a different scale. It's running very fast. So if you decided to trade in the crypto world, brace yourself. It's going to be so tough. But you can also choose to relax, to do a slow trading, buy here, forget about it. Next year you come back, you see your portfolio grow. So the big question for all startup and a lot of VC as well, ICO or VC. So as someone who have done both ICO and VC, I saw some pros and cons, but here's some example. When you do a VC fundraising, it's more like a B2B sale. When you have to present to a different corporations to get their money, it's pure B2B sale. And the process is starting from LinkedIn, from roadshow, from event, and also trying to get to the table with a term sheet. So if you are a startup but still building a B2B product, you still need VC funding. Because not only the VC give you money, but the network. Something that the ICO will never be able to get you through. I have one company called the Advocate. Advocate is an American platform that turns any employee to become the brand promoter. So Advocate was founded by one of the seniors working in Oracle. So before he started the product, he already have all the network on the client already. So the day he just raised some money and build the product and then sell to one of his friends within his network. So that's the power when you build a B2B product. But when you do a B2C product, an ICO may be a better choice. Because this is when you really sell directly to all the crypto owners out there, to all the normal people. And they, if they like your product, they will invest in your product, ICO, and then they will actually use the product. But for me, the best of both worlds is still a better option. If you're raising around with a VC fund, announcing it together with your ICO, that would be the best case. Because most of the ICO out there last year were on scam. But this year, there are more and more VC-backed companies starting to do ICO. And that will have to change the image of the cryptocurrency in the normal people's eyes. No longer scam, but more real company finding the application of blockchains. So how to spot a good ICO? Well, first of all, you can see that should you invest in Bitcoin to start, in Litecoin to start? So I have to say that invest in the Ucoin. Invest in yourself, in your knowledge. Whatever you make, spend about half of the saving, invest in your knowledge. Only invest in the ICO or the product that you understand so well. Only invest in the ICO that you want to use by yourself. If you're just an accountant, let's invest in something related to the fintech. Don't invest in pharmaceutical. Don't invest it in mobile healthcare because you don't understand. For the ICO, you only invest in the thing that you understand. And spend your time to actually know and invest $100, $50. The beauty of ICO is you can invest with $50, with $100. You don't have to do $50,000 or $10,000. So starting very little. The second thing is, the ICO stands for Initial Coin Offering. But for me, it's about Initial Community Offering. Because doing an ICO, which means you're going to issue virtual money. And you have to design an economy where people have to buy and sell the coin to make the coin have values. Imagine you create a new country, you create a new currency. So for the new currency, you have to make sure that there is an economy, people to buy and sell, which means that a community to really use and adopt the coin to use for real. Bitcoins, there's a lot of people say that there's no real value in Bitcoin, but it's because it is the first cryptocurrency, and that's why people still buy it to store. With Ethereum, there is a real value in Ethereum, because Ethereum power for a lot of ICO. So when normal people want to invest it in an ICO, they have to go and buy Ethereum from the people who already have Ethereum. So that's created an exchange of value. There's more ICO doing, the higher the value of Ethereum. So it's the same. And also, you can find this chart on the World Economic Forum. Ask this question: your startup or that startup really need blockchain in their solution? Because ICO and blockchain is such a key trending keyword that everybody gonna say, oh, I gotta do blockchains. But sometimes you have to ask the question: does this company really need blockchains? Recently, I come across with an ICO from the healthcare industry. They say that every time the doctor gives you an instruction, you have to drink this pill 3 times per week. You have to exercise 5 times per week. They say that they're going to put that into the smart contract, so that if the patient follow exactly what the doctor said, he or she will get reward by some coin. And I was like, if your health is not your concern, will a smart contract make that person follow the doctor order? So that's some of the not so good example of using blockchains. And how to spot a good ICO? One of the biggest scare, the biggest fear for all investors in ICO is when the founding team run away. Let's skip all of the scam ICO where the first intention is to run away. I hear about 3 or 4 different stories about an ICO team. They have a good intention. They really want to raise money, and then they really want to build something nice. On the day when the ICO closed, they have in their wallet $20 million US. That night changed their mind. Because when you go from a founder who have nothing, a founder who has to leave $1,000 per month, to a founder with $20 million in the wallet, and you have no commitment at all. So a lot of people change their mind. They ask themselves, why should I work, spend the next 5 years to work so hard, when I can have this, my retirement money at the moment? So before you invest in any ICO, check their social media personal account to see what kind of person is that. Is that someone who value about building something good for the society, or someone who wants to build a startup just for money and fame? Follow their Facebook very closely to see what kind of person, what is the motivations. Because somebody can say that I will never change my attitude, I will never change my heart to build something good. The ICO is the only real test whether greed have overcome or swallowed any personality or not. So that will be the end of my presentations. And I would like to invite you, if you want to learn more about ICO in general, let's have a talk after this. But last but not least, I would like to share one more thing. Whether you like it or not, blockchain will continue to evolve. Whether you not like it or not, cryptocurrency will become a strong and important part of your daily life very soon. So it's up to you to join it, to learn about it, invest in journalists, or you can just say, I don't care. Thanks a lot.